there's a piranha spot close by, and we called it the death hole. It's like a little pool in which we have seen like 200 piranhas at the same time.
Right next to the road.
Right next to the road. Nobody wants to get in that hole. So
I'll get in that hole.
If you get in that hole,
get in that hole.
I'll video you from the outside.
And I get the underwater.
I'll make sure the camera's on.
And I get the underwater camera,
and you hop in that hole. It's not that big of a hole. It's probably 5 yards wide and 5 by 5 yards. In the death hole, it won't give you a chance to be careful. You're either in it or out because it's really hard to get out. It's pretty deep.
Imagine if you get a piranha biting your toe off. You're gonna fly out. Because it won't be as
Look, if there's a piranha biting your toe, there's gonna be 5 or 10 biting, and everything. Imagine 200 Kariba in the same spot.
But it's a bad spot, right?
We really haven't found anybody that has the to get in there. If something happens to you, it'll cut our trip short. Our expedition will be really short.
We never think about that. We never think about that. Do you got a piece of rope?
Yep, I got rope. I got the harness. Yeah, I can tie you up, but
out or
I'll pull your out, but I'll wait a little so you're not that heavy.
Okay, just for the record,
George Fear got into the death hole.
This is post-death hole, and I'm no worse for wear because of it. Though it ain't my shirt. What happened to my shirt?
I don't know. What did you do with it when you changed?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean you don't worry about it?
Had passport in it. We better worry about it.
Yeah. That's the shirt?
Yeah.
What do you need a passport for? Just stay here.
Hey, don't say
back door. Hey. What did you see inside the death hole?
I never saw so many packed fish. Those fish did not want to swim out into the middle. Okay?
They got scared? They were scared?
I believe they were all instinctively huddling against the side. I mean, everything from those Ramdia and Brachyramdia. There's a couple of different species. One with the black dorsal.
Brachyramdia?
Yes. I believe that's the black dorsal and a black line down through it, as opposed to the solid pillow.
But it looked like a cory?
Cory. That whole big school, I think, was that. We get plenty footage to look at.
Cestorincus?
A couple of small Cestorincus. A pair of cross-eye.
Of what?
Cross-eye.
What is cross-eye?
Cyclosoma cross-eye. Peritania, or what, I don't know what it is these days, but it used to be Cyclosoma cross-eye.
Oh, Caquetea crossi,
yes.
Yeah. You saw that here?
Yeah.
You sure?
I believe. I'm not sure of anything.
Yeah.
The water wasn't the clearest.
I hope
but
it's
I got footage.
Chatabranchus flavescens. That would be nice.
I think I have flavescens also.
Oh my god. So, how many species were there?
Aldefrons, striped cats,
Tiger
beautiful rams. Rams with how they mature. They get the gold specks around the spot, the mid-lateral spot.
Yeah. They didn't have that black spot from here, from the Apure.
The dorsal
red,
spot?
black, and the little red.
The dorsal.
Yeah.
It wasn't as pronounced here, but it could have been, again, visibility. But rarely do you see a mature
ram in the wild.
Yeah,
it's really rare to see a mature ram in the wild.
Yep.
We're gonna.
Yeah, you said you want to buy a pig like this. I'd buy the whole pig.
Okay, so
dog, cat, anything. Yeah, I don't think we can go over the top on this one.
Okay, so we can buy. I don't know if we're going to find a pig, but we can definitely they sell chickens, and
Chicken.
I've seen them selling a lot of cow leg,
Cow leg.
but that would be too big.
No, there's no way. Like I said, there's nothing that's going to be too big. The only way you could do a chicken, I brought some wire. And if you just tied the wire to a leg or whatever, they'd pick it up and maybe move it a little bit, but they wouldn't swim off with it.
Yeah, or fill it up with lead.
That would work.
A lead belt, or
Yeah, but you realize if we got tripods up and they're stationary, then we've got to control the setting.
yeah. I think we're gonna, if Rose's place is good, we're at least gonna do 4 feeding fences.
Yeah.
We have to try pig. We have to try. We have to try to feed them chicken, pig, fish.
I want to hold something.
You want to hold a bone or something, like a piece of meat,
and have him eat out of it. Which I don't think he'll hit.
Did you bring a wired mesh?
No chainmail. No, I left my chainmail home.
Okay, so
I always tell this story
that'll be good footage if they start biting your hand off.
Yes, well, it'll be short footage.
Yeah.
So make sure the camera's running. But every time I do a program and I show the feeding frenzy we got 3 years ago over there, I stopped the program. I go, I gotta tell you a story, and here I tell them how we set it up, and we wired up this thing with hooks, and I'm tying it around the stump and under the water or whatever, and even before it's really ready, they're running in, like they're bouncing off my chest. I feel
they're
some
checking
balls
it
off
out.
my chest, and they're like zooming in, and they're really, and so I just let my hands go, and all of a sudden it's starting, and they're literally bouncing off my chest. And I jumped the first time, but since I didn't see blood, I went, okay, they're just random hit. And so it just slowly let my arms go, and I just drifted back, thinking that you guys, I got 2 guys with cameras back there, somebody's got to have one running and getting this. The 2 of you are on the bank having a cigarette. So that's
that's either
there's a lot of hanging
it's
meat
a goat.
over there.
No, that's you see, that's a cattle leg.
Yeah.
That's going to be expensive to buy. That's too much meat. That's
well, I don't know what's too expensive.
well, not too expensive. What are we going to do with 80 pounds of meat?
Put it in the water and let them go crazy. In a perfect condition, I
I really don't think they're going to eat 80 pounds of meat.
It's a lot of meat.
How many fish do you need to eat 80 pounds of meat?
Well,
they can slice some meat out of it too, and sell us the bone, with some.
True, that's right. Just say you want the shank.
Exactly.
But rumor says that Piranha will devour a whole cow in 30 seconds or something.
There was no caribas in sight, and I had my car keys on me, and I started moving them. What do you call them? Shaking the keys until they rattled. Once they started sounding, all this big, large, enormous, gigantic caribas started coming out of all the aquatic plants everywhere and swimming like crazy. Now they weren't swimming normally. They came agitated and really like attentive.
Yep. Remember when we were here 2 years ago, when we got in Roses and they were swimming in a circle along the outside edge, you could all of a sudden see agitation. You could see a different
behavior.
Behavior.
It's like their swimming pattern.
That's what I think you got to be a little careful.
We have to be careful with that.
Yeah.